It's Friday, and that means it's time for the weekly RPG News Rundown. A new zombie RPG called Craving is now live on Kickstarter. It uses a single D6 in a system its publisher, Nerdura Games, calls True D6. The game features a simple character creation process, and Nerdura claims it's simple and easy to learn, along with being well-suited to players new to tabletop RPGs. The system is roll low and includes advantage and disadvantage mechanics, while rolling exactly the number needed results in a critical. And, much like using Tinder, Nerdura describes the game as ideal for one-shot encounters. A new 5e supplement called Fabled Empire is coming next month to Kickstarter. It puts a fairy tale spin on D&D, complete with new monsters, new magic items, and named villains with full backstories and motivations. The book also includes new fairy tale-inspired backgrounds for player characters. The publishers have committed to using no AI in the design and production of the book, and also emphasize they believe in fairly compensating everyone involved. And in this day and age, that too sounds like a wonderful fairy tale. And jokes aside, I hope this inspires other publishers to take the same approach. 10 Speed Press has announced a new official D&D publication called Worlds and Realms, Adventures from Greyhawk to Faerun and Beyond. Much like last year's The Practically Complete Guide to Dragons, this title will be 100% lore, with no game mechanics or rules whatsoever. The book is presented in an in-multiverse style, narrated by Mordenkainen himself. Mordenkainen is such a frequent narrator character for these D&D books, you could almost think of him as a Wizards of the Coast employee. Hopefully he survives Christmas of 2025 there, though. WizKids will be giving away 3 free D&D miniatures, part of the Icons of the Realms series. These miniatures will be available for Free RPG Day on June 22nd. They'll include a Topaz Dragon Wormling, an Amethyst Dragon Wormling, and most notably, the Matt Mercer of D&D Bad Guys, Strahd himself. Okay, I know this is really cheap, but I didn't have any other reason to get Mercer into this week's news, so, cut me a break, okay? He's got to be on the thumbnail. It's just what I do now. Cubicle 7's new sourcebook for Wrath and Glory, called Aeldari, Inheritance of Embers, has an earlier release window than expected in the third quarter of this year. It's available for pre-order now and covers all 4 major Aeldari factions: the Asuryani, Corsairs, Harlequins, and Drukhari. And since I mentioned Drukhari, it gives me an excuse to show this creepy photo I took at Warhammer Fest last year. Drukhari, baby. Just look at that thing. Whew. Castles in the Air is a new tabletop RPG with a Kickstarter going on now. It aims to capture the themes and feel of coming-of-age stories set in the Gilded Age, such as Little Women and Anne of Green Gables. It sounds pretty cool, and the setting is something fairly unique in TTRPGs. I'm just hoping I can use this system to play out my fantasy of being Peter Brady dealing with the perils of a changing voice. Recently funded on Kickstarter, a new RPG called Hello Wizard, I Have a Problem brings absurdist comedy to fantasy tropes. The game will be available for direct purchase at the UK Games Expo the weekend after this one. In Hello Wizard, players play magic users trying to impress each other with their spell slinging during rapid scenes in which each player has a chance to be in the spotlight. The other players come up with ways the player in the spotlight's spells can go wrong. A rules and points system is used to determine which wizard won the competition, while the game includes a problem generator capable of making over 200,000 prompts for building a scene. While it may sound tedious to come up with countless ways to thwart another player, it still beats having to roll on an old-school critical wound table. A popular adventure path for Pathfinder, Abomination Vaults, is coming to 5e. The adventure features a so-called mega dungeon in which an evil sorcerer tried to raise an army of monsters sometime in the distant past. The dungeon itself is the campaign setting, and the adventure path takes characters from 1st to 20th level. This particular theme means a lot to me, since I also grew up in a dank basement under pretty extreme conditions myself. Well, okay, it was a kind of an emotional basement, but, it was a terrifying ordeal. That's the news for this week. I'm Dave, and thank you for watching.